So at least we know. All right. So we're up. We're going. We're live. What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Nyeckro. High sodium content. So high, so salty. And I'm here back with my brand new co-host again, my cousin Greg. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, cuz? How are you, brother? Everything's all right?
Yeah, everything good, man. Just slaving out there in the fields, trying not to get whipped.
No, look, I know the feeling, man. Work's been crazy. I was actually working yesterday, so I was working 6 days a week today.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I worked yesterday. I was out downtown for from 9:30 to let's say 2 o'clock. I was down there in Manhattan, and prior to that, I've been working Monday through Friday. And they got me early in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes working, man.
Oh my god,
doing the work that I'm doing because once I come home, I got to do paperwork and stuff. So it's
that's rough. You're like a teacher.
Yeah, man.
This is great in papers.
Yeah, I'm in front of the computer the rest of the night. It's insane.
Oh man, Jesus.
Yeah, but you checked it out. So I put on my Tour de Bronx shirt.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right, so it's my Tour de Bronx shirt. So if y'all don't know what Tour de Bronx is, out here in the Bronx, we have a bike tour in Bronx, New York. It's every October of the year. And we got 24 miles and a 40 miles. So for people that are avid bike riders, 40 miles is probably nothing to you. But for people who don't bike that much, 40 miles is a lot. And if you are from the Bronx, if you know the Bronx, you start off from 161st Street in Grand Concourse. You go all the way to, actually the 24 is all around the Bronx. The 40 is Orchard Beach and City Island, if you know what the Bronx is. That's the extra miles. And when you start from the 161st Street courthouse, the courthouses, you go all the way to Castle Hill. That's the first rest stop. The second rest stop is then Orchard Beach if you're doing the 40 miles, and then Orchard Beach to City Island. After that, you end at Botanical Gardens. Actually, before that, you hit Woodlawn Cemetery, the River Bay area in the Bronx, which has a lot of hills. So that part is with all the hills, or that's the hardest part, and they give you that towards the end. So your legs are dying. If you don't got the legs for it, you'll start walking up those hills with your bike. I've had to do it a couple of years.
Oh my god!
I walked up the hill with those bikes.
Jesus,
my bike, and then by the time you're done there, then you go to you hit Botanical Gardens.
Yeah, smell the roses, bro.
Then they give you they give you water, maybe Gatorade, and then you get the shirt. So it's pretty cool, man. If you like biking, it's a free event. You don't have to pay for it. It's not like the 5 bike tour where you have to pay over $100. The Tour de Bronx is free, but
wow,
you got to pay for the shirt now. The shirt used to be free, but now you got to pay for it. But yeah, the Tour de Bronx is a free event. Just take your bike, ride out with the family. They even have a 10-mile. So
that's cool, man. Is there anything that you win at the end other than the shirt, or?
Nah, you don't really win nothing. It's just it's a friendly family event for the community. That's all it is. And
is there any like charity towards it or anything like that, or?
Well, you could donate to I forgot what the organization is that runs it. I can't remember it. I think it's Transit Alternatives or something like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it up while I'm talking to you, but they're called Transit. Transit. Oh, I can't remember the name right now. I'll get it to you though.
Yeah.
Who runs it? But yeah, man, they do it. It's good. They're part of the organization, which a lot of people in New York City can't stand, but they do assist in those. The people can't stand those bike lanes.
Yo, man,
they can't stand those bike lanes sometimes in New York City now. So they're like one of the organizations who advocate for that stuff. So
okay.
The bike, but people can't stand the bus lanes either.
Oh, listen, man, I don't like the bus lanes for a whole new reason now. Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, well, not even a couple weeks ago, like a couple months ago, I go take this test, and I come back, hanging out with my dad. I drop him off, and you know, I'm talking to him for a little bit. I'm still in the car, right? I'm still in the car. And lo and behold, here comes the bus, snapping pictures now. So I get a ticket a couple weeks ago in the mail. Like, I'm like, this is what we doing now? New York, this is how low we've gotten. We're putting cameras on anything to just capture people just doing anything. And then in the second photo, you see me pulling off. So I don't understand. I don't get it, but you know, yeah, you know, bus lanes. I wasn't in the bus lane. I don't get it. I don't understand, but
it's,
you know,
terrible.
That's what we doing.
It's terrible. And then
it's rough.
The bus lanes.
Like, come on, bro. Like you're not even gonna give me a chance. It's just like, you know, $50 here, pay up. It's like a messed up game of Monopoly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And it's like you always landing on that messed up community chest. or you paying that tax. You know, like, come on, bro. Like, let me breathe, please. Please let me breathe.
They're not gonna let you breathe, man. They putting cameras in all types of places.
Everything.
Cameras everywhere, man.
Yo, not for nothing. Yeah. The other day, Friday, I saw a dude on, I don't know if it was like a drone, if he was riding a drone or a jetpack.
Yeah.
Yo, just flying.
I've seen this before.
Yo, dude, that was so cool.
You know what's going? You know what'd be cool though? When you're in traffic, right? And your car could just like elevate.
Yeah. You know, like Back to the Future, man. I wish, bro. Especially in Manhattan. Did you drive to Manhattan yesterday?
No, I took the train. I mean, God, we all hate driving to Manhattan, so.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do it.
Nah,
you can't. It's impossible.
I took the train, man. So.
Yeah.
I was actually at a rally. Yesterday, which is fine. I was at we had a big. There's several organizations that had a rally to stop the Medicaid cuts that's going on. A lot of Medicaid cuts for for Medicaid for the hospitals and stuff like that. So I was out there for the rally.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. That's always a good cause, man. Not every.
It's going to affect a lot of jobs. So that's why it's an issue. But yeah, I was out there for that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Because we got this video today.
Yeah.
From and this dude basically did the homework for us because we're doing a little we both got things to do today. Mm-hmm. So, this is a little impromptu.
Okay.
So on T-SPLY, his channel, he's been doing a whole compilation of CNN and the stuff, the talking points and yada yada yada, totally unbiased.
Okay.
But let's
hear it. Let's see what he got to say.
Let's see what he got to say, Rock. Lower footage.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
Low, just 29%. That's compared to 36% for Republicans.
Let's get this all the way to the beginning.
Okay.
Majority of Americans.
Come on, bro. Technology.
Americans' favorable views of the Democratic Party's brand are at a record low, just 29%. That's compared to 36% for Republicans.
Oh boy. So it turns out the majority of Americans are not buying the arguments Democrats have against Donald Trump and Republicans. So in this video, we will go over the most recent CNN meltdowns revolving around this topic and also looking into the economy argument that Democrats have been failing over and really trying to push on the American public. So before we start the video, please like the video. It's the #1 way you can help this channel, and it helps others.
Party's numbers dropping a staggering 20 points in just 4 years.
I know for a fact many of you guys are laughing very hard right now, but I had to show you guys that clip for educational purposes because we are going to be focusing on the economic argument, how Democrats have been really trying to push that the economy is going so bad, everything is falling apart, egg prices. However, again, Americans are just not falling for it.
Corrections are not unusual. I mean, during the bull market from
Yo,
2009
this dude is
to
a whole
2020, I
troll,
think we even
man.
had 5 corrections during that period. We tend to have them every couple of years. It's not unusual. They tend to be cyclical. There are other signs, I think, in the economy that are helping real people. Wholesale inflation is down. Consumer inflation is down. Gas prices are decreasing. Mortgage rates coming down. Egg prices.
Yo, gas prices, man. Thank God, bro. Thank God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to the gas station. It was 271, bro.
Okay. Oh yeah, because where you are, it's definitely gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, yo, I see a couple of spots in New York, bro. I was somewhere, man. It was like 371, yo. And I'm like, damn, man, a whole dollar?
Yeah.
New York, bro.
But I in my argument for that, I would say that was gonna happen regardless. But let's go. Let's keep on going.
Yeah.
That was going to happen regardless.
Are $4.89 today. They were $6.55 on January 21st. We've seen manufacturing jobs in the last jobs report go up. Private investment announcements are going up. And a whole bunch of nutty climate regulations have been eviscerated by this administration. So,
all right, so here's where things get interesting. We have the ability to go buy some eggs, to go buy some gas, and you'll realize, hold on, the prices are not going up, they're going down. In fact, I'm actually going to show you a clip of a Democrat trying to say the economy is getting worse, inflation is going up. However, in the overlay under the video, things are getting better.
We have the Republicans on the run on 3 different issues.
Yo, they keep calling this dude Walmart Obama.
Which one? Right?
Team Obama.
One on the right and one on the left.
No, Hakeem Jeffries, man.
Oh, Hakeem, yeah, I can say, okay.
That's messed up, bro.
That is messed up. That is crazy.
3 different issues.
Wow.
We have them on the run with respect to the economy. Donald Trump and House Republicans promised.
I don't know, man. But they're all over the place. So I'm like, that's wrong, bro. Let that man breathe.
They've gone up. Inflation is going up. Why? Because Donald Trump and Republicans haven't been focused on doing anything to lower the high cost of living. Not a single bill, not a single executive action, not a single administrative order. We, as House Democrats,
but my argument, right? I don't subscribe to any side, but I did vote for Trump. But at this point, wouldn't you try and just have some kind of plan, some kind of message besides Trump is the bad guy, Trump this, Trump. It's like that little kid that always doing something wrong, and when they get caught, they're like, oh yeah, so and so did it.
Yeah,
but it's that's what I'm saying, man. Just come up with a plan.
So we forcefully make the case to everyday Americans that we are trying to build an affordable economy. We know that costs are too high.
So as you can see, you have Democrats making these talking points on national television, but then when you compare the data, they're just completely wrong. However, when it comes to Tesla specifically, here's where things get even worse. I think you're really going to like this clip.
I'm a Tesla owner. 2 of them, actually. Not because I'm progressive, hardly, but because I appreciate the technology. And I'd rather not contribute to global warming. In fact, among all automakers, Tesla is arguably the most American, at least for vehicles sold in the U.S. A Cars.com study ranked my car, Tesla's Model Y, as the most American-made vehicle for the 3rd year in a row, with the Model X and Model S also making the top 10.
So again, that is CNN verifying that these are Democrat talking points to be against global warming, to be for the American economy. But then you have Democrat Senator Mark Kelly has gotten rid of his Tesla for a Chevy Tahoe. Outside of national television and the mainstream media, you have all of this independent media that is also not looking too good for Democrats, where you can fact check and verify everything in real time.
While
Yeah,
Tesla
Chat-
does
Chat
manufacture
GPT.
some cars in China and Germany for global markets, every Tesla sold in the U.S. is
We gotta
built in
watch it.
California or Texas.
I can't watch this.
That ought to
bullshit.
appeal to
What's the
Republicans,
point?
at least the Texas part. Compare that to Ford, GM, or Stellantis, which produce many of their vehicles, including some of their best-selling trucks outside the U.S. So while some buyers see a Ram 1500 or a Chevy Silverado as the ultimate American ride, their vehicle may have been assembled in Mexico with parts from all over the world.
And we know that ever since Elon Musk was helping out Donald Trump with Doge, we know that the stock and the value of Tesla has been decreasing and decreasing. And then ever since Donald Trump helped out Tesla because he said, look, this is an American company, we should be helping them out. I mean, the stock has been going up slowly and slowly. It was down to about $215, and now it's up to about $250. It still has a lot more work to do if it wants to get to the 479 mark, where it peaked as far as the stock prices. But again, why are Democrats trying to either tank Tesla, protest Tesla, when not too long ago, Tesla was the staple of the Democrat Party or Democrat talking points for, you know, electric vehicles, it's stylish, it's all about tech, it's all about the future, things like that.
And when it comes to Musk and Trump, I have another agenda in hoping they broaden Tesla's appeal. Chargers, there still aren't enough. You remember when we were promised that the infrastructure bill was going to change all that? Nearly $5 billion was appropriated for EV charging stations back in 2022, but as of July of 2024, only 8 states have opened their first stations with just 61 ports in total. So maybe Musk and Trump's newfound marketing will boost charging availability, which would be good for all of us and for the planet. How ironic and progressive.
I don't know. That's a lot of kids in Africa, man, digging up cobalt.
So I was gonna say that so this Tesla argument is interesting because that is actually a true statement when when the Democrats were had a majority of the House and the Senate.
Because I remember that.
Yeah, and when when Biden was the president, they was really pushing electric cars and the hybrid cars. That was really a push in the Democratic Party. So that's actually a true statement. But I think that I kind of feel like they're kind of warping this a little bit because I feel like
this is all this, man. This is political theater, man. They all go to do that shit.
I mean, because I can see Democrats are using the argument that Trump is this and Trump is that. That is correct. That is what they're focused on because in the last month, Trump has made a lot of huge changes that he's doing. A lot of things that he's doing that I don't, me personally, I don't like a lot of them. I'm not saying they're all bad, but I don't like a lot of them. But a lot of people that I know don't like them. But and I'll get into each one as we go through this video. The whole Tesla thing, I think it's really more of it's Elon Musk rather than Tesla the cars. I think it's more like Elon Musk and what Elon Musk is actually doing with the Doge and how he's going to the FBI and what is it? He went to the federal documents, Social Security documentation, all these things that he's doing. I think it's more Elon Musk and less about the actual Tesla cars. I don't think a lot of Democrats have an issue with the Tesla cars themselves.
Man, people burning them. People are burning them like they've been burning their Nikes.
That's correct. They don't like Elon Musk. That's what it is. If you take Elon Musk out of Tesla and put somebody else, you probably won't have that. Won't happen no more.
That's crazy, bro. That's so nuts.
Okay.
Yo, how do you go to the point to like just you wake up out of your bed?
Yes.
You have a nice breakfast, maybe a tea or coffee.
Yeah.
You put your shoes on. You get your picket sign. That you painted with your finger paint, and you go outside and you're just like, you know what, man, that protesting just ain't enough.
Yeah,
I need to set this shit on fire.
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. And it's I don't understand that. I never wanted to get up and protest anyway.
Yeah,
I do my own silent protest, like my dad do a protest. He do a silent protest.
Yeah.
he just don't buy this shit no more.
That's really what's gonna work. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, man. It's the truth, bro. It's just I don't know. I just I don't understand that extreme to like put your livelihood and your freedom at jeopardy to prove whatever point that it might be. That is just that's crazy to me. That shit don't make no sense.
See, protests only work if they hurt the dollars, if they hurt the company's dollars.
Right.
Anything that's going to hurt the company's dollars is going to be effective. But if you protest out there and nothing happens and it doesn't get any news feeds and the news is not watching it, then
Just waste of breath.
Then it's really not going to do anything. But if you boycott something, if enough people boycott whatever the company is and it hurt their dollars, that'll be very effective. Now, burning something down is not the right thing to do. But if I want to be honest, when I say what I say,
go for it, brother.
A lot of the protests that happen with racism in the country, the one thing that really changed stuff was when they had those riots and
oh yeah, I agree.
And what do you call it? What's the state? Not in St. Louis and Missouri. Those riots that they had in Missouri for Michael Brown.
Okay.
When they even though it was I wouldn't do that. When those riots happened, that's when stuff started changing. I'll be straight honest with you.
Because Dr. King said
people were scared. That's why.
Yeah, not to cut you off, but Dr. King did say that rioting is the language of the unheard.
Yeah.
So, true. I mean, it's an outcry for, for justice.
Yeah.
And you can make the argument, man. I mean, it's a fact that Black folk have been on the extra side of justice to, just over policed and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And not to go into the racism topic. I'm gonna segue out of that because we're talking about politics.
Of course.
But if I put the two together, right, I would say, I'll be honest. Honest, right? Because this is the place for it. I don't have a problem saying this. I'll be honest. I mean, a lot of the stuff that Trump is doing, I disagree with all of it. I didn't vote for him. I did vote for Kamala Harris. I did not vote for Trump. I voted for Kamala Harris for several reasons.
Okay.
And I was going to vote for Biden. I don't agree with Trump's way of doing things. But the thing that's very funny is that looking at it from a Black man's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the stuff, like, a lot of the things that he is removing out of place, right? Like, the federal government, the education, the Board of Education, these things. It when you think about it from a Black man's perspective, it's like a lot of these systems or these big corporations are kind of against us in a way. It was never had our best interest in heart, right?
Okay.
So a lot of these organizations never had our best interests at heart. So it's like, okay, you destroy this system. Okay, so now what, right? So now we have these systems in place that was kind of keeping us down and holding us down because the Educational Board of Education never really they never really catered enough to our people, whether you're Black and Hispanic, they never really catered to our people. Our neighborhoods had the less than when it comes to education. Whether you go to a white neighborhood, you're going to get more. You're going to see more. The federal government. I
wouldn't even, not to cut you off. I wouldn't even say that because I just say public school in general.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the stories that my mom used to tell me because she worked in the public school for like over 20 years now, and you have these kids that they don't learn anything.
No.
How are you in the 10th grade, 11th grade, and you can't read?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't go to a all white school. I didn't go to I didn't go to Long Island or anything like that. It was I went to the South Bronx, but I went to a Catholic school. So I think I'd say public school is really really not. It's not good.
You're right.
It's not good at all. You have these teachers that's just there to get a paycheck.
You're right.
And it's like I think that's that's damning. And it's like you're getting this money, you're getting this federal money, and like, what are you doing with it? My son, my daughter still can't read. He can't tie his shoes.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, that's me. You know, I'm the kind of person, if something isn't working and it hasn't worked for a long time, let's try something different. You know, and if that doesn't work, okay, maybe we can go back to the other thing. Maybe the other thing worked better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't. You know, I know that the education system sucks. We're not even in the single digits of like, you know, in terms of education in this country. We are like at the bottom, the very bottom. And it's I think that's bad. You know? But you know, that's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you 100%. That's what I'm saying. And thanks for correcting me on that. It is really public schools, because if you go to a Catholic school or you go to a charter school with private schools, you're going to get a better education.
You're going to get a way better education, and to you know, further that. I don't know. Do you ever watch Philip Scott? Catch his channel?
Scott? No.
Yeah.
No.
African News Media.
No. Tell me about it.
So he's pretty good. I've been watching it for like a few years now, and he's very, very, very intelligent brother. He talks about everything, completely unbiased. I think in any kind of media, and I think that's why like the media is in the toilet now.
What's his name again?
Philip Scott.
All right.
I'll send you a link.
All right.
But I think like this is why media sucks right now, is because it's so biased.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah. It's so biased, and it just, you know, I like something. Just tell me the news. I don't need your opinion. I don't need your thoughts. Just tell me the news. Tell me what's going on. I don't need your spin on it. If I want to spin, I'll watch a podcast, something.
Yeah.
You know, but just tell me the news. But he just provides the news, you know, as it is. And you know, he always talks about education, because I think one of his children, they go to this all black school. It's ran by the whatchamacallit, by not the Black Panthers. Oh my God, the Nation of Islam.
Okay.
And he doesn't subscribe to Islam, but you know, he says that this charter school, his daughter is getting the best education. Like she's learning so much more because of this. And I think we need to invest more into that as a community and as a society.
You're right.
You know, we need to invest more in just charter schools and you know, give teachers the resources and stuff that they need to, you know, do their jobs and shit, you know? But I don't think that keeping up with the status quo as it is, I don't think it's a benefit to anyone, and things need to be improved. And I think like it's better to just throw it onto the states, because now like it's not standardized and everybody can compete and do better. That's my thing. You know, I could be wrong. Who knows?
And nobody. I mean, you know, we don't. We're not like, you know. I'm not an expert in this stuff, so
I'm not an expert either.
But all I can say is that
I don't pretend to be.
No, I don't either. I mean, like I said earlier, I said it's those particular systems in place kind of held us back, or they didn't really have our best interests at heart. But my problem with the whole change is that, okay, if you're gonna try to remove something, what are you replacing it with? That's really my question. Like what are you replacing it with? If you take down the whole system, you got to think about the people at the bottom who live day by day, you know, who need that extra check every week to make it to the following week. You know, those people can't survive on a change like that. So, you know, what if you're going to do something, you should replace it with something that can activate right away to help people out. But that's not what's happening. We're removing stuff and we're forgetting about the people at the bottom. And that's what my issue with it is. The people at the bottom, I don't see the people at the bottom getting any piece of this. And that's what I'm scared about. And that's what I'm scared about. What is this for, right? Why are we really doing this? I don't see what the goal is. That's why I don't trust him. And that's just me. That's just my opinion. People will disagree. That's fine. But But what are you replacing it with? Like if you're gonna put something in, if you're gonna say something is not justice, you got to put something in, and you have to replace it with something that represents justice or represents something to make it better. And if that's not happening, what's going to happen is that the people that already have, they're going to have a month, 3 months, whatever, to survive until the changes are made. However it's going to look, but the people at the bottom, they can't survive that. Same thing with the healthcare system. You can't take away. You can't cut Medicaid.
Oh,
yeah.
It's further in the video.
We did. Let's step back from that. Let's step away from that. But that's
that it would then be Trump who is reducing carbon emissions.
So look, I am not the one throwing Democrats under the bus. These are hardly my opinions. This is literally coming from CNN and other Democrats who are starting to call out the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party. And it's also America calling out Democrats when you look at the polling and statistics. It is very ironic that now all of a sudden Trump and MAGA Republicans are starting to buy Tesla and are really helping out the economy and saving the environment.
Life is funny, bro.
The president is in charge. He has made it perfectly clear he is not touching Social Security, Medicare, and even Medicaid, other than to say if there is fraud in any program, he'd like to root out the fraud. That's period. He's the president. The buck stops with the president. He's been clear about that since he started running in 2015.
I mean, Republicans are getting ready to cut a lot from Medicare.
Well, you call it cuts. They're calling it could be slowing the growth of the program or rooting out fraud.
Now, one of the other really big talking points for Democrats, and I think you know this, is the whole Medicaid, Medicare, where Democrats are claiming Republicans are going to slash all these programs and people will not receive the money they deserve. However, Scott Jennings, I think, really points something out that when Donald Trump wants to try and make the system better and weave out the fraud, it's almost as if all of a sudden, hold on, you can't do that.
So when you say fraud and abuse, there's not a lot of evidence.
The first word is usually waste, and they consider it to be waste.
Do you think
they are not actually doing that? When Congress authorizes money for a program or a program is duly...
I feel like not even take a jab at Democrats, bro. Because like they've been catching these hands, man, for like the last couple months, bro. But like, there's always a character, man. There's always a character. You got the black cowboy. you got the old lady. You got the old lady with the purple hair. You got Ilhan Omar that look like Megamind. You got AOC. All they all characters, man. And even some on the right, they characters. All these people characters, bro. It's just it's funny, bro.
It's a weird world.
I never thought that different color hair would be normalized, bro. I thought we would have had hoverboards by now.
Yeah.
Not cotton candy hair.
Yeah. From my experience, man, they have very, very big personalities. Very big personalities from my experience. I mean, even and it's now like even now with Chuck Schumer now, a lot of Democrats upset with Chuck Schumer now because him and 9 other Democrats wanted to avoid the government shutting down, so they voted on passing the bill to the Senate, the spending bill, and now the Senate. They voted on the spending bill, Trump's spending bill. So they were
so hardcore. They were so hardcore all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime previous this point on keeping this house open, keeping the government open.
Yeah.
And it's just like now, man, Orange Man doing this. No. And I think even Chuck had to come to the realization, like, Either way, this is bad for us.
I mean, it's bad anyway. Yeah,
It's bad either way. Yeah. It's bad if you disagree. It's bad if you do.
Yeah.
You know, but that's I feel like that's the hole that they keep digging themselves in, and I think that's what Americans are seeing. You know, and especially the folks that's undecided.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on now.
But you know how it is. This is how the politics is. So when Obama became president, a lot of people didn't like the Republicans. Republicans had to go back, and they had to go back to the lab. And they had to redesign their argument. They had to redesign the system, and they came back. Now the Democrats got to go back to the lab.
Yep.
And they have to go back to the drawing board, figure out where they went wrong, and come back. And sometimes you got to watch people do things, and if they make a lot of mistakes, you just got to watch it, and you come back and you make the argument. That's I feel like that's what the Republicans did. The Republicans will sit back because Republicans, they don't protest, right? You don't see a lot of Republicans protesting. They the MAGA they do their protesting, but they don't do a lot of like crazy protesting. They come out when election time comes. They went back to the lab. They picked all these little things. Trump's he's strategic. He is strategic.
Oh yeah, this man is playing chess. This man is playing chess right now.
Very strategic. A lot of the things, like even when there was something that I saw the other day. I cannot remember. I wish I could. He literally said that he did that towards the end of the elections to really get people riled up, like to really get people going. He purposely said this towards the end, so he can get like. He's very strategic on what he does. As I'm paying attention to him, he's and a lot. And I don't care. People say he lies. He lies a lot. Trump lies a lot. Let me tell you something. This dude, he just says stuff. He'll go up there and say billions and millions of people lost money because of this, or millions of billions of people died.
I say he's more hyperbolic. He's always been a showman. Anytime I've ever seen this dude, Home Alone, those Pizza Hut commercials, Fresh Prince. Yeah. He's a clout chaser. That's just who he is.
He throws things out there, waiting for somebody to grab it. I'm telling you, man. Some of this he makes stuff up, and then some stuff becomes real, some stuff don't. But he's like the market. He makes you speculate. Market runs off of speculation, and that's what. Everything is speculation. Just like all this stuff he's doing. I don't want to ramble, but just like all this stuff he's doing. A lot of the stuff now, like a lot of stuff is overwhelming, but now things are going to the courts now. Some stuff is getting rolled back. Some stuff is
he's catching a lot of wins. Yeah, they catching a lot of wins, man. They're not talking about that. They catching a lot of wins, bro.
But the federal workers that got brought back, those ones that was on probation, a lot of those federal workers are being brought back now.
Okay,
because they won that in the court. But see, a lot of things it's like he's throwing information out there to just make overwhelm people, knowing that he knows how the system works, and not everybody knows how the system works.
Gotcha.
So everything he's doing is not really 100% legal. A lot of the things that he's doing and saying is stuff that still has to go through votes or courts or whatever. So now we got to wait for some of this stuff to go play out. That's all. That's all I got to say for that.
No, of course.
So.
Damn, man. Yeah. You know what? I think in a few years though, because screw it. So we got my dad in the chat, and I think they're gonna study this in the future, and they're gonna have like little capsules, kind of like Zoloft, and it's gonna be for Trump derangement syndrome. And they're going to hand it out to people. They'll probably give it away for free, because they just I bet you he's foaming at the mouth. Stop foaming, Dad, and wipe your mouth. I love you. All right, man. Let's go. Ahead.
That's a good one. Okay, that's funny. I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
That's not waste, fraud, and abuse. That's just something you don't like.
Everybody wants to find waste, fraud, and abuse until somebody actually does it.
Do you think people?
This is the problem. Okay. This is the problem.
No.
They're actually saying, okay, maybe this is waste.
No, hold on.
Yeah, like this is. I would. Now, there's like a whole compilation I was working on, but I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much. But there's a lot of fraud going on.
That's untrue. It's been done. The Clinton administration was able to put together
30-something years ago.
Someone hinged.
But the point of it is the way
it never happened.
It's been done.
Now, another very common argument for Democrats and Democratic leadership is that we are all about cutting waste and fraud. However, we don't like the way that the Republicans are doing it. So you have a problem here because the majority of Americans actually do like how Doge is operating and what they're doing when you look at the polls and statistics. So again, Democrats are putting themselves in this weird corner of trying to appease Democratic voters, but also trying to appease some of the majority of Americans who support this.
The way that they went about it was to study for 6 months and then to take a longer time to understand which government jobs needed to be rooted out. He fired a bunch of people. He ended with a budget. So it's been done. It's just the way that you guys are doing it.
I know. And the way that we're doing it is that you don't want us to do it. In 2019, we spent $4.4 trillion as a government. Last year, we spent $6.2 trillion. The government's gotten more expensive and much larger over the last 5 years. The only question Republicans have is, does it have to be this large and does it have to be this expensive? That's the question. And Elon's finally trying to cut into it, and the Republicans in Congress need to help.
Well, you guys should start in your own house because your president drove up the deficit as much as anybody ever has, maybe more than anyone.
And why? So what happened at the end of Trump? Any memory of it?
I do remember.
So as you can see, you have a Democrat talking point of, you know what, I agree with you, there is waste, fraud, and abuse. However, I don't like how fast you're taking care of the issue, and I don't like how you're taking care of the issue. When at your everyday jobs have you ever been told or ever had the ability to really take your time when you know there's an issue right in front of your face and you can handle it right now and you can analyze the fact that, hey, this is an issue, let's get rid of it? Have you ever been told by your boss, you know what, I can also see the issue, we can get rid of it, but let's go on lunch first, let's take our time.
You better fix that problem.
Look at your show. It's nothing but fear-mongering. That's all the Democrats do. What's inflation doing? What's inflation, up or down? Oh, it's down. What's the prices of eggs? Oh, they're down. What's the prices of mortgage? Oh, it's down, right? But we don't cover the positive things. We only cover.
And I'd say like that's the problem for the Democratic Party right now. The Chicken Little Act, the sky is falling. You know, the monster under the bed, the monster in the closet. It's like, okay, fine, got that. What's your ideas? What's your plan? But it's always fear. And I think a lot of people are tired of that same message. Like, you know, like I said, I'm impartial to this shit. But if I had to like tell them like how to win people back and get your approval rating out of the toilet, cut that shit out. Cut it out. We get it. Everybody is so exasperated on it, and there's a couple of other videos. I'll probably do that myself during the week, but there's so many people in the Democratic Party right now. Is just like I don't get it. I don't get it anymore. Like what is the message? What is the leadership? What is the direction that it's supposed to come out of this? Because it's just the same as 10 years ago when this man first came, came into the political spectrum. You know, Orange Man bad. Orange Man been bad for 10 years. What's the plan? And I think that's the whole thing. And like that's why like you can look at her face. She's tired, bro. They're tired. People are tired of this shit. But let's finish.
For the negative things to get everyone worked up.
And I believe that CNN and MSDNC, who literally
Yeah,
write
he be trolling, bro.
97.6%
He be
bad
trolling-
about
he be
me, are
trolling
political
hard,
arms
bro.
of the Democrat Party. And
At least
my
it's a
opinion,
show
they're
again.
really corrupt and they're illegal.
I want to make a disclaimer. The poll that you saw in this video, as far as Democrats not doing too well, this was before Chuck Schumer did what he did as far as not shut down the government. So I'm sure in another video, these polls might get even worse, or Democrats might be turning on other Democrats like we are already seeing, and the reports are coming out. But again, from the main point of this video, for some reason, it's as if Democrats forget we can fact check in real time. We can do our own data analysis when we are buying eggs, when we are looking into buying a house, when we are looking into gas prices. We are realizing the prices are going down. So when you have a member of the Democrat Party, whether it's in the media, whether it's a Democrat leader, and they're saying otherwise, people are just not buying it. And again, this is hardly my opinion. This is the opinion of the American public as a whole, it seems like, when you look at how bad the polls are right now for Democrats.
We did have a big week. It's the result of a lot of patience and a lot of prayer, frankly. We had a united front. I'm so grateful for this team that stuck together. I'm grateful for our president, who is deeply engaged in the process. President Trump is a huge part of this, as you know. We all dug in and got the job done. For the second, third time in a row, they keep underestimating us on these big votes. But the Republicans are sticking together and getting it done. And this time, they passed a resolution to fund the government to do the responsible thing, to do it in a.
So you got one party that's like working as one strong, cohesive unit. He got a lot of good people around him. A lot of good people. You know, for some may say, let's say that. And you got.
I can't speak for all of them.
Yeah. I can't. We can't.
Some of them are flaky at best, but I got
flaky. Flaky like phyllo dough.
Yeah.
And then you got the other party on the other side, and it's like everybody is trying to attack Julius Caesar and too Brutus. It's crazy. Listen, because me and you around the same age, bro. We're not, we're not far apart in age. So do you ever remember like these parties behaving in this way at any point?
No, they not really, because the difference is, as we was growing up and probably before us, a lot of the parties were almost the same. It's over time. Like, let me not say, I'm trying to say, like, as far as how they conducted themselves to the people, they was kind of the same, right? They was, you would never.
I would argue they had better decorum.
Yeah. Like, what I'm trying to say is that they would never show you like their true colors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would. It was always professionalism, and they had disagreements on some things, but for the most part, they could be bipartisan on a lot of different levels.
Right.
These days, what's happening is that, because Trump is not really a politician.
No,
he's not a politician.
No, he's not.
You got to remember that. People got to remember that he's not a politician. He's a businessman, and he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
So he doesn't approach things as a politician would. That's why he says things the way he does.
Yeah.
He does things the way he does. Like, he's not a politician. So, and then you have a lot of people who are in politics who, like I said, there's a lot of characters. They have their goods and their bads, but their characters are coming out.
Super
and
Batman villain.
Because if this was like if this was like maybe 15 years ago, I mean, you can say it now, but if it was like 15 years ago, you would say all the politicians are the same. They all look out for each other, because they argue, but they're gonna go golf, or whatever. What they do,
right.
See, but it's not like that right now. They probably really fighting each other,
super polarized, bro.
So like with the Democratic Party, and I don't want to ramble, but with the Democratic Party, there is fights within the Democratic Party, because now people are trying to figure out how do we get past this? How do we come up with a plan to beat Trump? the Republicans. So I think that Democrats are now fighting each other, trying to figure that out. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But they're trying to figure out a way of how to get, because you got to remember, Republicans, they have the judicial system. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Judicial system now, majority Republicans. They have the House majority. They have the Senate majority. Yep. So they have the ability to pass a lot of legislation that the Democrats will have a hard time stopping. You know, and it really puts them in a serious defensive mode. And it's like the Democrats, they can't let the Republicans, they can't let them divide and conquer, because that's what really was happening. It's a divide and conquer strategy in a way.
What's that saying? A house divided cannot stand.
Yeah.
So that's they need to get their act together, man. That's crazy, man. Like,
but like I said, there's a lot of I don't know, like, I don't know what.
Let me ask you.
Their plan is. I don't know what their plan is, but they have to. I think there's a lot of things that they could have done differently in elections, and I can't even really say.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you think they should have went about it?
You know what? Honestly, the way things were going, during election time, because part of what I do is I was doing some of that stuff. And I didn't really see at the time what they was doing wrong when it was happening. And then after the fact, and how people voted and what people said, like there's a lot of people that I didn't think voted for Trump actually voted for Trump that I know.
Yeah, and bro. So, the rallies in the Bronx, bro, that was an eye opener, bro.
Exactly. So when I seen that after the fact, I said to I started thinking, like, what did they do wrong? And I don't know if some of the, well, for the one thing, I don't think that people had enough time to really get to really know Kamala. And I think that with Kamala, one of the things that was probably an issue was that she really didn't say that she would do something, at least one thing different that Biden did. I think that's one thing that people felt that, if she doesn't do anything different,
that was
then I don't know if I want to vote for her, But the main two things was really during Biden's term, and I'll even tell you why I voted for him. But the main things about Biden's term was that people felt that the economy wasn't doing well, and people also felt that people also had an issue with the immigration issue, with a lot of immigrants coming in. To me, I think those were the two things that really turned people off. Now, from my perspective, people felt like the economy wasn't doing well, but in actuality, the stock market hit an all-time high last year, and the stock market was doing very well.
Yeah, there was
extremely well. I buy into the market. I made a lot of money. I made good money off of NVIDIA and stuff like that. So AI. So I can't really say that. People felt that way because maybe the gas was up, some prices were going up. That's what for an average person. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. What you say?
No, I don't want to cut you off, but I would say because like not everybody invests, like me and you.
Yeah.
So I felt that bull run too. That was nice.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, man, it was just like those kitchen table issues, bro. Like groceries were high. Getting a house was high. Everything was expensive, bro. Like everything just like shot up overnight, and it just kept going. It was like a runaway train for 4 years, and I think people got really tired of that. And just like you said, Kamala was going to be Biden 2.0, and it's like, oh hell no, we're not doing that again.
Yeah,
it's like I'm gonna have to start showing my feet on OnlyFans. And keep the lights on.
Why did you just say that, man? My girl was telling me, she was like, Greg, you should set up an OnlyFans and start showing your feet. That's what she told me.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Listen, I ain't mad at the feet game. There's a lot of weirdos in this world, man. I know people that pop balloons for a living. Shit.
Yeah,
go for it. Ain't no shame in that. As long as it's just feet.
I'm like,
I ain't mad at you.
I'm like, babe, I'm not making money off my feet. She's like, babe, we can make money off your feet. Like
you can make bread off of feet, bro.
Yeah.
You can eat good off of feet. Feet pics. Yo, I be telling everybody, every chick that be struggling, I'll be like, yo, do you got nice feet? You trying to get a house? You got nice feet? Okay. Yeah. Here's where you go.
Well, you can make a lot of money off of it. I know that, man.
Listen, man, I'm trying to get that feet game started for everybody, man. I'm trying to get a cut of that feet game.
Yeah.
Listen, OnlyFans, yo, we coming through with the feet game. All right, we trying to get paid out here.
I don't believe you said that, man.
Man, I mean that. That's how bad we were struggling, bro. These last 4 years, man. I'm like, babe, I'm I see that toe ring. let's make it sparkle.
That's right.
But listen, man, that was it was rough for everybody, and I think people wanted to change. Not to be facetious and shit, but like all jokes aside, people were like, all right, bro. People was like, the economy was doing better. We had COVID. Everything was shut down. Fine.
Yeah.
And it was I would say it was even more than that too. Like how COVID was handled with everybody had to get the jab to work, and people were losing their jobs left and right, and then they were kind of stifling alternative opinions and stuff, and then it comes out later like, oh, you could have did this, you could have did that, and people were just like, come on, bro, like, aren't you tired of beating me in the ass?
Well, like, this is the thing too. I mean, just to get on that real quick, because I know we're gonna run through this video, but COVID, like, I mean, even with my job, I had to get the vaccines.
Did you have any side effects?
No, no side effects. But I took Johnson & Johnson because that was like the actual traditional vaccine. I didn't take the other two. I took the Johnson & Johnson. I don't think a lot of people. Yeah, the time like the Johnson & Johnson was the actual traditional vaccine. The other two were like a new type of vaccine way of vaccines were made. But I don't think anybody really had an issue with Johnson & Johnson. And when I took the shot, the person that gave it to me, he said that this is the shot that everybody should be taking. That's the reason why I took it, because I did some research on it. And I said, people were saying bad stuff about Johnson & Johnson. When I read up on it, they was like, I read that, no, this is actually a traditional way that vaccines are made, the way Johnson & Johnson is made. So I went with that one. But
the other dudes was making that shit in their bathroom, bro. Like,
man,
mad scientists.
But thank God I didn't have any side effects. But what I was gonna say was that, I mean, I don't know. I can't really judge anybody, because there was, in the beginning, I was like sworn against.
Everybody was scared. I was scared too. I'm not even faulting that shit.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a vaccine. I caught COVID in 2020. Like me and Lake did. We caught COVID in 2020 back when people in the very beginning, when
real COVID,
they didn't even want to walk to your door. Like, people didn't want to walk to. They put a bag at your door and walked.
Oh yeah,
like, but
I had real COVID too.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's very hard to judge, because there's a lot of people that was against it, but because you gotta remember, I work in the healthcare industry. That's part that's why I work. So there's a lot of people in the healthcare industry that said they wanted to take the vaccine, and then you had a group that didn't want to take it. But it looks like the group that wanted to take it outweighed the people that didn't want to take it.
Yeah, because
at the time we was fighting against it.
Yeah,
and so that's kind of what happened, at least in New York City in the healthcare industry. I can't talk for everywhere else. But that's what happened there, and I can't really judge, because, I mean, in one instance, I took the vaccine. I didn't really have a serious issue with COVID. Like, I caught COVID, but it didn't really affect me that much.
It got nerfed.
Yeah, like for me, it was very. It wasn't a really lot of effect for me. Other people was different. Like, there was different. She caught it. It was a little rough on her, but I mean, well, let me not even go into that. But honestly, I mean, I would have been fine if I didn't get vaccinated.
Okay.
I would have been fine.
Yeah.
But again, I can't judge how people felt, because it was just new, and it seemed like they was figuring things out as they went. And
yeah, that was my thing too, man. Because it felt like every day, this dude Fauci was coming out with like something new, like every day, bro. And like I was I was at BioReference at the time, you know. So
yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, man. And every policies were changing like every week. Wear your mask here, don't wear your mask here. You know, it was just, and it really felt like do you got like you guys are health professionals, like you don't have a grasp on this? Like did Spanish flu not happen? Like is it like, do we not learn from history?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that was annoying. I took it because it was work related.
Yeah, me too. I had to take it.
And you know, I was making really good money at the time, and I didn't want the gravy train to stop.
Yeah.
You know, I took it, but the second time I had side effects.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I have myasthenia gravis, and I feel like it was because it goes into dormancy. It's akin to like MS.
Yeah.
It's like along the same lines. It's a neurological disorder. You know, it affects the muscles, makes you gravely weak. That's what it means, like grave weakness in Greek. But like when I took it, like it brought me out of hibernation, so to say, and it like brought my like illness on, like I wouldn't say like full blast, but like 70%. And like my eye was droopy. I had double vision.
Yeah.
And you know, my neurologist was like, "Yo, man, why did you get that shit?" And I was like, "Oh." He was like, "Yeah, man, don't do that." He was like, "Man, you gonna mess yourself up." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." He was like, "You're a young man. You didn't need the second one." So I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh." You know, like it's, and it was like conflicting information. That's why, like, I'm not faulting people too much because everybody was in a state of panic.
Yeah.
But I feel like the information, the alternative information, was stifled like to an insane degree to perpetuate the narrative of like, this is the way to go. This is the only way. And like that, I feel like that's messed up, and that's what a lot of people saw and remember.
Yeah,
you know, because it was just like everywhere you went, like you couldn't say anything wrong about anything, and I feel like that was true authoritarianism. Like that was like, you can't speak out about anything. 1984, George Orwell. That's what it was, you know.
Got you. Yeah, I agree. I agree to some extent. Yeah, I definitely agree because you know, you even like forcing people to take a booster. You know, then telling people that like nobody's being forced to take a third one, but they're pushing a third one. I think that it was really getting a little exaggerated at that point.
Yeah.
Point to make people, but I mean, like you're right. You're right. The alternative information was there. That's really what the issue is. Like there was a lot of alternative information that could have been investigated to figure things out. It was there. It was always there. You know?
Yeah, because even with Joe Rogan, that came out. He won that lawsuit. He sued I think it was CNN for like calling it ivermectin just for horses and stuff, and it was a medication that was used for like a slew of things. And he was just like, "Yo, dude, like I'm not even." He's like, "I did this I wasn't even telling people to go take it." He was like, he was giving his opinion on it. He was like, "I feel great, you know, my breathing is better, all this stuff." Like it's a alternative medication that could probably be used to help people. But then
it's not FDA approved. That's what it is. So that's another system.
yeah, there we go. You know.
Just to end that part, I don't want to ramble, but before we got it, we was drinking a lot of smoothies, green smoothies, and I know that even I was took some black seed oil a couple of times.
Oh, that shit
we still caught it. Yeah, we still caught it, but you know, it wasn't like I mean, I know Latha's was a little worse. It was worse than mine's. But it wasn't like, you know, it took a while. I think that stuff helped though. It helped a lot. It could have been worse.
It does. Anything natural helps, man.
It could have helped. It could have been worse. And even after that, when she caught it, it wasn't as bad as the first time. The first time was just really bad. That's all.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. You know, the COVID talk.
All right, let's finish this and wrap this up.
Way that actually reduces spending year over year, which we think is the first time that might have happened in the modern era, if ever. And we put the Democrats on record for just raw partisan politics. Mark, think of it. 99% of the Democrats in Congress, both the House and the Senate, voted to shut the government down to try to make some sort of aimless political point. It's shameless. They're using the American people as pawns. But Republicans are getting the job done, and we're sticking up for the country.
All right. So if you are still watching this video, I really appreciate it. Thank you for interacting.
You know, so yeah, man, that was a video. So there was a lot of things going on, you know, catching up on the whole political spectrum and whatnot.
Yep.
You know, it's a lot to take in, but you know, like I said, go out there, do your own research. You know, I can't tell you how to live life. G can't tell you how to live life. And, you know, no one can tell you your experience, I would say. You know, I think we're all going through it. You know, we all want America to win, you know, G.I. Joe, gun ho. You know, we want everything to just be right again. And I think that's something as all Americans we can all agree on, you know, from whatever political spectrum that you're on. But for the Democrats, a divided House cannot stand. You know, hopefully they get their act together and they come up with a new message. You know, like it's nice to see people compete, you know, but no one likes a slaughter fest, I would say. You know, I want competition. Like, why should I vote for you? Why should I keep voting for these people? Why should I do anything? Like, show me, show us, you know. But yeah, man, that's my opinion on it, man. You got any final words, brother?
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up the healthcare situation with like 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
But I was also gonna say that look, people, you know, everybody, if you listen, whoever's listening, do your own research. You know, fact check this stuff. I mean, don't just listen to people. Even us, like fact check everything.
Fact check everything, yo.
Don't just listen to somebody on social media and think that that's the gospel. Fact check this information, and then make your own determination of whether you feel like something is something that it works for you or it doesn't. But just to give you a quick tidbit on the healthcare situation, because I'm in the healthcare field, I could tell you that the Medicaid portion is they're expecting that the spending bill will cut at least $880 billion in healthcare cuts, and that's what the big fight is all about. And what happens is that when you're talking about healthcare cuts in Medicaid, there's a lot of hospitals in, like, let's say New York City, because New York City is one of the states that gets the most healthcare. I mean, Medicaid funding, federal funding for Medicaid. So, for instance, in the Bronx has a lot of low-income areas, and there's hospitals one of the major hospitals, the biggest hospital in the Bronx, gets at least 80 to 88, maybe like 80% of its revenue, of the majority of its funding and revenue is Medicaid. So when you talk about Medicaid, you're not just talking about people that actually get Medicaid. You're talking about the hospitals and these companies that have a lot of people working in those companies that actually they need Medicaid to survive. So you have hospitals like that, some in Brooklyn. You have a lot in you have some in even Queens, even in Manhattan. I mean, hospitals like NYU, they have a lot of money, so they don't need as much Medicaid funding because a lot of their patients, they have a lot of money. But, you know, a place like in the Bronx, you know, you're talking about a lot of Medicaid funding, and that's just one part that can't be cut, because if you cut the Medicaid funding, you cut the patient's patient care. You cut patient care because, you know, staff may not, you know, you may start getting into a situation where there's a layoff. The other issue with is the medical research, the science research. Another area that I cover, it's a medical school, and those NIH grants that have been cut is putting places like that in huge financial jeopardy. Very bad. These are the things that kind of are happening that people don't see, but it's going to cause a problem. So if that place that's a medical school is covered by a hospital, that hospital is the umbrella branch. If the Medicare starts getting cut, it's going to affect the job. It's going to affect patient care. It's going to affect the medical school that does cancer research, HIV research, a lot of different research just for a lot of different diseases. So those things are serious. That's why when you can't really cut that. But not everybody understands that that is not part of those industries, or doesn't have somebody that's might be sick, or in the hospital, and they might not understand that if they have a lot of money, because they're not dealing with it at that level. But that's all I wanted to say, so people get to understand really what's going on with the cuts. So that's my tidbit on that.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Anything else? Oh yeah. Don't forget to check out sodiumsyndicate.com. Check out all of our cool merch. We got mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all kinds of things. So don't forget to check that out, sodiumsyndicate.com. And also, we are doing tournaments.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the tournament.
Tri-State EGT, guys. So the next tournament coming up on March 22nd is NBA Jam. And all the descriptions, all the information will be put in the description below.
NBA Jam?
Yep.
Not the old NBA Jam?
NBA Jam, bro.
Wow.
He's on fire. NBA Jam, bro. We doing it.
Remember Space? Remember Space Dog?
Oh, no. Air Dog.
Yeah, Air Dog.
Air Dog. That was my dude, bro.
Oh, nobody don't laugh at me. I said Space Dog.
Yeah. Air Dog, man. We knew what he meant. And the one after that, I believe, is Mortal Kombat is April. The one after NBA Jam is wrestling.
Okay.
WWE 2K.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, because it's March, man. WrestleMania.
Sweet.
Yeah. So all that cool stuff. We're gonna put all the information in the description below. And as always, good folks, stay salty.
Peace.